Good morning. Today is April 24th, 2024, and we are making mozzarella cheese this morning. This here is whole raw milk from the farm. We picked it up the day before yesterday. We had already made hard cheese, so now we're doing mozzarella. We need to get the milk up to 90 degrees in temperature. We'll be adding a citric acid to it, and we'll be waiting for approximately 90 minutes, and then we will be putting in rennet. So I will come back as soon as we got some action going. Okay, here goes the citric acid in there. Just stir that around just for a minute, not even a minute, just a couple of turns to get it combined. And then we can stir in the rennet.
5 minutes, you said.
Yep. In 5 minutes, we'll be back and we will stir in the rennet. One nice thing about this cheese is we won't have to press it. Okay, it has been about 5 minutes now, and we are now putting in the rennet, and this is where the magic happens. Now we're going to just stir this in there very gently, because that rennet will work very quickly. Only about 25 strokes or so, getting to the bottom, making sure that it is well incorporated through the milk. That should be about it. Now, once this is done, we will wait for 90 minutes, 15 minutes. It should actually start coagulating right away, actually. But you want to give it some good time to really get solid. And we will come back and we will do a solid test to make sure that we have a clean break. And then after that, we'll start breaking it up. Now this thing here that's on there, it's clipping a thermometer. And the thermometer says that it is 91 degrees. And that is the milk. And there we go. We are all ready. We'll see you back in 90 minutes. Okay, it has only been about 10 minutes or so, but we're checking for a clean break.
Not even close.
Nope. So 10 minutes. So we're gonna let it set for a little bit longer.
20 minutes.
Okay, here we are, back 20 minutes later. And we did a clean break. We'll show you again. See, it comes through, and when it splits up like that and it breaks, that is ready. It could be a little firmer, but I think that'll be fine, right? Just the way it is. So anyway, now we will make cuts into this milk, and it will go horizontal and diagonally, and then we will do it at an angle. Trying to get all the way down. And you want them kind of small. You don't want them bigger than like a ½ inch or so. And this is the same process as what you would do with the harder cheese. But today we are making mozzarella. You can see how the whey has separated.
Probably could have been a little firmer.
Yeah, we could have waited a few more minutes and let it firmed up a bit. It does say if it doesn't firm up quite to a clean break, then you can always add a little more rennet to it. But this is a soft cheese, so and once we get it cut like this and into smaller pieces, we will be heating it up to approximately 109 degrees. Between 102 and 109, I believe. It varies. The thing with this kind of cheese is there's so many different recipes, and to follow just one is kind of hard because everybody does it a little bit different. And once you get the hang of it, you can tweak things up to make it your own and what you would prefer. But yes, you can definitely see the whey is separated. And you can see that how the edges are rounded on the squares. And once this starts to cook, you will see that those edges will start to get a little bit firmer and square off. So at this point, we're just going to let this heat up and let it cook for just a slight bit till it gets up to the 90 degrees or 102, in between that kind of area. And then we will let that set and we'll go on to the next process, which will probably be the warming and stretching. But we'll be coming right back. Okay, so the curds, you can see the whey is definitely above the curds now. And now we have to separate the curds and the whey, just like Little Miss Muffet. And it looks good. It doesn't seem as firm as what I've seen, so we'll see how this works. There are some bigger chunks in there, but that'd be fine. It's not like we're doing a hard cheese. If it was a hard cheese, we want the crumbles to be a little bit smaller. But with this, definitely, you can already see it's kind of getting a little on the milky side. I can hear it dripping into the bottom of the pan. It's just going pretty slow.
You could just dump it.
You could go ahead and dump it because the pan on the bottom is clean enough. We're going to save some of the whey out. There you go. That's much better. Now you can really hear it. The whey is going through the cheesecloth. And we're going to save some of the whey out because we're going to heat it. We're going to salt it. Daryl wants to salt the whey, and then once we have the curds, we're going to squeeze out the whey out of the curds, and it will form a ball. We'll probably have to let it set for just a little bit to excrete some of the whey out. There is no way out. Yeah, there's a lot of little puns you can come up with making cheese. Like cutting.
Cheesy puns.
Yeah, like cutting the cheese. There's no way we can cut the cheese. So, we like to be goofy. Alright, so now we're going to squeeze that. See, it still has whey in there.
You're putting it back in though, right?
Yep.
Should be done with your video.
And we have to squeeze out as much of this whey as we possibly can. And it'll form a ball.
Okay.
And then we will, once it forms a ball, we'll go ahead and salt it. Or we'll, you gotta kind of put it in the warmth to stretch. Stretching is part of the process of it being the mozzarella that we all know and love for like on pizzas, and it's a very soft cheese and it's pretty wet cheese. It's not like you're getting it on your belly. Now 1 gallon of milk makes this 1 ball of cheese. Should be approximately 1 pound. But you gotta account for the weight of the water, the liquid that's inside there. So we'll do that. But it should be approximately 1 pound once we're done with it. Okay. Still getting a lot of whey out. Alright, I will come back in a little bit and we will see what this looks like when it's all, the whey is squeezed out. And we'll be back to salt it.
Give it out the cheesecloth.
Okay, so here we are. Daryl went ahead and took the cheese ball out of the cheesecloth and separated into 3 balls, pretty much equal in size. And now he's just giving it a final last squeeze. These gloves will be used only for cheese making, so I don't want to hear any soap and scummy stuff in there. They've been washed and rinsed, and he's got them nice and clean. Now we're going to move the pot over. Boop. To the water. We heated this, well, it's not water, sorry, it's whey. We heated the whey to 185 degrees, and the instructions that we read says to put it in for 5 to 10 seconds in a slotted spoon.
15.
And
okay.
5 to 10 seconds. Stretch, fold, and knead the curd until smooth and elastic. So now this may take a few times, but he's going to stretch it, try to pull it out very gently and try to let it actually come upon its own, but it still needs a little more heating. And this is probably the longest process is with mozzarella. And once he gets it formed, he'll put it back into the water, let it start to melt. There are instructions on how to do this in the microwave, but I don't think I would do it in the microwave. Put it on for like 10 or 15 seconds and then pull it out, stretch it, knead it, stretch it, fold it.
It is hot.
See, now it's still breaking apart. He's folding it down underneath it. And after he puts it in the water a few times, it'll start melting and getting softer and smoother. And each time for 5 to 10 seconds, he's putting it in there. It'll start getting a little softer each time, a little elasticy each time.
hot.
It'll start melting it, and that's why we wear the gloves, to protect your hands, because that water is 185 degrees. All right, I will be back in a few seconds because I do have to charge my phone a little bit. But in the meantime, while we are doing this, we're going to start stretching it, getting it all set to mold and form into balls, and we'll be right back. Well, this is our finished product. It did not stretch. It just kind of stayed in little clumps. So we put it in the cheesecloth and rolled it in a ball real tight, and we're just gonna let it set for now. It probably tastes real good, but it's not really the mozzarella that we should have made.
More like cheese curd.
It's more like a cheese curd. As Daryl said, it's kind of like, it probably will break apart, but we'll see. We're gonna let it dry for just a little bit, and maybe we'll try it with our dinner tonight. We are having meatloaf, so maybe we'll put some cheese on top of there and see how it tastes. But anyway, we're gonna try this again, but we'll use the regular store-bought whole milk instead of going to the farm, get it from the farm. This was actually, we bought this milk from our taxidermist, and they happen to have it from a farm that's people they know, and they sell it. It's whole milk, kind of on the raw side, and they have other stuff they sell there too. So anyway, we will try it and we will let you know, but we are considering this kind of a fail. But that's okay. We will try again and we'll get it right one day. Anyway, like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and have a wonderful day. Okay, so this is our epic fail of mozzarella cheese. This is what your cheese should not look like. It should be very soft. It should be moist. It looks like provolone. How does it taste?
Not a lot of flavor. It needed more salt.
Oh yeah, it definitely tastes like a very weak provolone. It's got that texture. Oh yeah. You know how when you get a string cheese in the store and it's kind of like hard? Yeah, definitely hard. Yeah, definitely not a good cheese. It would be good if it was salty, because then it would be like a really nice provolone, actually.
We're going to put it on some meatloaf tonight and a little salt and see if it tastes good. Probably throw the rest out and try again.
Yep. We'll try again sometime next week. And we'll make sure we have, we'll probably use some apple cider vinegar and the other ingredients that they had, plus the rennet. But hey, it was a live and learn process, and for the easiest cheese to make, from what it's been said, no, it's not the easiest cheese when you don't pay attention to the ingredients. But anyway, it's been fun. It was definitely something fun to do, and we will definitely try again and film it, and you will see such a big difference. This is really hard, almost as hard as if you had a piece of Parmesan, you know, the hard Parmesan with the crust on the outside. That's exactly what it is, but it has really no flavor whatsoever. Anyway, this is the end of the mozzarella fail video, and hopefully the next one will be much better. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, and thank you very much, and I hope you learned something.